Here are some trending hairstyles primarily for Asian guys that you can rock this summer. Now, because it's summertime, this list will bias more towards like shorter hairstyles just so we can like keep our heads cool and not like overheat in the sun, you know? So number one on this list is the wolf cut. And I know I literally just said that we're biasing towards shorter haircuts, but the wolf cut is undoubtedly like the king of 2023 in terms of trending hairstyles. Like I feel like everyone is getting wolf cuts. Like I turn my head to the left, I see a dude with a wolf cut. I turn my head to the right, there's another dude with a wolf cut. It's just like everywhere. And I think it's good for a good reason too, because the wolf cut works for pretty much all like face shapes, and it also works for like curly hair and straight hair as well. So because it's so universal and like mullets are kind of coming back into style, I guess, and it just like looks kind of cool, right? It's definitely one of the trendiest haircuts right now. Structurally, it's pretty much just like a 2-block haircut or like a mid part, except like the back is longer. At least that's like my understanding of it. But like if you go to like an actual like Asian barber who knows how to like do like haircuts and stuff, then they'll be able to like get you right basically. Number 2 on this list is a nice flowy middle part. Now a middle part is basically the bread and butter of Asian guy hairstyles. Now I say this because I feel like a middle part is like the default like handsome Asian guy hairstyle. It makes you look really put together and well groomed, which in itself makes you look more attractive. And like realistically, if you like close your eyes and you picture like handsome Asian guy, like chances are that guy probably has like a middle part, right? And structurally, there's like a long and flowy like hair layer on top that like lies over like a shorter like buzzed or like very like essentially just a short layer on the like sides and the back. Again, this cut is very versatile because it works on most face shapes and it also works for straight hair and curly hair. So like you really can't go wrong with getting this haircut. And the reason that I think this haircut is not as like trendy as the wolf cut is because this cut is just like baseline like good haircut, like if that makes sense. Another thing about this cut is that you don't need like a time investment of growing your hair out like you do for the wolf cut. Here you can do it with like shorter hair and you can pretty much just style it how you want to. Number 3 on this list is the 2-block haircut. Now, if the middle part is the bread and butter of Asian guy hairstyles, then the 2-block is like the meat and potatoes. I don't know if that analogy actually like makes sense or whatever, but like you know what I mean. Similar to the middle part, the 2-block hairstyle is like another like default like handsome Asian guy hairstyle, but in my opinion, it has more of like a streetwear, street style, like edgier, like ABB kind of look. Whereas I think the middle part is more like elevated and like a cleaner aesthetic. But both cuts work for both aesthetics, so it's really just like your own preference. Now, I know this list seems pretty generic just because there's like a middle part and like a 2-block, and literally everyone has like a middle part or a 2-block. To that, I say there's a really good reason for that. Like these are just such good like hairstyles. You can't go wrong with either of them. There's really like no better hairstyles. This is like the S tier hairstyles for Asian guys, basically. But I know that we're trying to stand out a little bit, and so I think for the summer specifically, a more disconnected and shorter 2-block is the way to go. And so structurally what I mean by this is that there's the usual layer of like fluffy, messy hair on top, but then there's like a very short layer of like almost like buzzed like skin like length hair on like the sides and the back. And then there's like a very like distinct line here where you can clearly see the separation between like the top layer and the bottom layer. And I think having the 2-block like this, it just like looks cooler, and it also is probably like cooler temperature wise as well, just because your hair is shorter and there's like more like room for the wind to blow through it, I guess. And I think having like the really clear distinction between like the top layer and the bottom layer by having like the bottom layer really short and having there be like no blending here just gives it a really nice, clean, like crisp look that really like emphasizes and like adds to the whole like cool, like edgy like look that the 2-block gives. Like for example, like I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like in a lot of like animes and stuff, like the really like cool character that like all like the girls like simp over or whatever, they always have like some sort of like disconnected like 2-block or like some sort of like edgy similar like haircut, like you know what I mean. And because I'm trying to be like them, this is the cut that I rock usually, and I also really like it because it's really low maintenance, where I don't ever like style my hair or anything. I literally just like wake up and I'm good to go. So that's really nice. Although my hair is like a little bit wavy like naturally, so your mileage may vary on this. And finally, the last haircut is the fade. As I mentioned in my last haircut video, it's not really like a haircut for Asian guys video if there's no fade, but I think it's especially appropriate right now, especially because it's summertime, and a fade is probably the like coolest haircut temperature wise that you can get next to like being bald. This is a good like default haircut to go for, which is why it's so popular. And it can also be combined with the 2-block, where you can have like a messy like thing of hair on top and then like a fade on the bottom that like connects to the 2-block, and this is also like a pretty good look as well. Again, this works pretty well on all head shapes and with most hair types as well. And pretty much with like most hair lengths, it's kind of like the default like Asian guy NPC haircut, but in like, I mean that in a good way because it means like it fits everyone and it's like a haircut that like looks good on pretty much everyone. Okay, that's it. This is a pretty short list, but you really can't go wrong with like any of these hairstyles. I've personally rocked all these hairstyles before and I would rock all these hairstyles again. Like honestly, I'm trying to grow my hair a little bit so I can like get like a wolf cut when it becomes cooler in like the fall or the winter. But I think in general, having a good haircut is really important because one, it will make you look good and like well put together, and that makes you look more attractive. And then two, it'll also give you more confidence, and that kind of also makes you more attractive because if you have more confidence, you'll like carry yourself with more confidence. It's like if you're like a confident person, it will reflect in your body language and people will be able to tell, and that's an attractive thing to have in its own. And I also just wanted to put you guys on a resource that I use personally for like all of my hair like inspiration and stuff. I literally use like Pinterest, and I think this thing is like so powerful, like just because you can look up like, I don't know, like Asian men hairstyles and a bunch of pictures will pop up, and then you can like scroll until you see like a picture that you want, and once you click on it, it has like an AI algorithm that like suggests like pictures that are pretty similar to that. And so in that way you're able to like kind of create like a mood board of your like aesthetic, or like how you want your aesthetic to be, if that makes sense at all. But I don't know, just use Pinterest. It's really useful. I use it all the time. Like this isn't like sponsored or anything. I just think it's like a really useful tool. Like me personally, I use it for haircuts. I use it for like outfit inspiration as well. And like recently I've even been looking into like tattoos and stuff. So I've been using that as like tattoo inspiration as well. And it's really useful just to be able to see like what's out there in terms of like the specific style, or I guess like tattoo or whatever that you're looking into. But yeah, that's all for me. Go get a haircut and you'll be looking good as hell. Also, I've just launched a Discord, and the goal of that is to build like a community of people where we can talk about like self-improvement and improving ourselves like physically, improving ourselves like aesthetically, so we could be like just like more attractive basically. And also like mentally as well, because that's a big part in it. And it's completely free, and the link should be like somewhere in the description, like down there. Since I just like started it, it's pretty small right now, but that means you'll have more like direct access to me personally. Like I'll be pretty active in like answering and messaging and stuff on there. So take that opportunity as you will. But other than that, that's all that I have for you today. Thank you for your time and thanks for watching. Bye bye.